how would you rate? Like, is it like playing somebody like Varun Chakravarti is a much bigger challenge, or Muralitharan, somebody who has that weird action and with a lot of side spin also, and Varun Chakravarti, who might not be having that kind of a side spin, but has a beautiful drop on the ball. Maybe if you can pick the seam of the ball, that with the seam directed towards third man, but not much you could actually pick. So whom you would rate as a much tougher bowler from a batter's perspective? Like,
so that comes down to the batter, right? And I had this fascinating conversation a while back with all the batters who faced Sean Tate, and about 70% of them said he was the hardest to face ever because he had this sort of, like Wacko Yunus, he had this twist in his torso where the ball came from behind him, and so you had no cues, right? So you had this guy who sort of came in, and then suddenly twisted his body and the ball was at you. And then a bunch of other guys were like, no, he was really easy to pick up because his body was wide open, so I could kind of see everything as it was coming in. And I think it's Syed Anwar that I talk about in the book. He had to see an eye coach for Murali because where he was looking was not the right place for Murali, and he couldn't work out where to rechange his eyes, right? And I think now you'd probably be seeing the same with Varun Chakravarti, where there are other people who face Murali who are like, no, the problem with Murali wasn't picking the ball out of his hand or anything. It was the rotation, it was the drop he had, the accuracy, and all that sort of stuff. So there is no answer.